Hi everybody. So I wanted to jump on here and I wanted to kind of elaborate about my Tourette's. They're active Tourette's, and active Tourette's are triggered by literally anything. Like it could be light fixtures that are like going off and off and on constantly in a certain speed. So like strobe lights or a light by itself kind of thing in your kitchen or a building. It could be stress and anxiety induced. It could be anxiety. It could be multiple different things. And with me, it's really funny because with me, my Tourette's will literally happen either during a time where I'm thinking of something that is got me a little on edge or anxious or nervous. And the thing of it is that, yeah, I'll get that feeling in the back of my head, between my shoulders, in my shoulders, my neck, and my head will just kind of slightly go a little weird. Have I hit anybody or myself? No. But my physical, yes. I had, my tics are jerks of the human body. Sometimes they're nods, and sometimes I say things that are not meant to be said or are not purposely said. And it makes it very hard for somebody like me to deal with, because it's also a part of mental health. Now, we have done mental health in school. When I went back to school, it was a part of a project that we have done. And here it is. So here I had elaborated mental health, okay? And I don't know if you can see it. So here it shows that these are just some of my symptoms, along with other people who have similarities. Arm and leg body spasms, random physical violence. I don't have the physical violence part, but I have said cookies and milk. And it was really, really sporadically weird because I caught myself saying it and then I started laughing because it just came out of the blue. I do get shakes, shivers, head jerks, odd shivers. I get very random vocal words, and sometimes I cuss a lot without acknowledging or say something that isn't supposed to be said. I have done noises, and when a Tourette person interacts with somebody else who has the same symptoms, they can pick up new tics and new jerks, and it will stay for a while until something else comes about. Sometimes an old jerk or tic can come about just out of nowhere. Even though it hasn't happened in a very long time, it could just come out of nowhere. Yeah, so you can have verbal words and sometimes weird, odd anger issues, laughing. It can be triggered by so much, including whatever sets you off. So Tourette's is listed as both a physiatric and neurological diagnosis. It's a disorder of inhibition, and it's an inability to control movement and sound. Here is proof that it can develop from any kind of trauma and is hand in hand with mental health. It can happen after trauma as well, like head injuries or a surgery. And as you see there, Dr. Piacinetti, I think I said that right. Don't come at me for it. It can happen from trauma and show up later in development as well. There are different kinds of medication that a person can take if they are from mild to very severe cases of Tourette's. Medications, even substance or alcohol use chronically over time can also lead to the development of tics. With a disability or mental health condition, it is not advised to go under the influence, or it can worsen the condition or create either something much more severe with the human body or lead to even self-harm, which I don't have severe tics. I don't have severe Tourette's. I just have active Tourette's, and they're fairly mild. So let's talk about Tourette syndrome rage. How can we make this more apparent and acknowledged to society? Bring openness to the understanding and how mental health works and impacts. And is it connected to Tourette's? Is it important to deal with the struggles of mental health? Absolutely! It is very important to know how to deal with Tourette's, people who have Tourette's, and people who have mental health problems. Social media and Tourette syndrome, are they linked together? Yes, they can be. Social media includes younger people talking about their own mental health symptoms and problems. It appears that some young people seeing severe tic-like behaviors start exhibiting some of these symptoms on their own behalf. So with me, personally, like I said, I could be stressed, and that can cause my tics to happen later after I've experienced some form of stress or anxiety, or I'm anxious and nervous, or something is just bugging me in general or whatever. And I'll feel it in my shoulder and neck area first, and sometimes my eyes do that little rolly thing, or they kind of go like that, or like 3 months ago I've experienced, I was really anxious and nervous about something, and I have a friend who goes, and I did it, or she does a thing with her throat, and the sound ended up being my tic. And I did it for like a few weeks. And anyways, 3 months ago, my new tic was, I did this, it's called the head nod. So I go, and it would come with my shoulder, and it was just, I caught myself doing it, and I started laughing about it after, because I'm like, well, found a new tic. But I always thought it was this area sense of feel, like, oh my gosh, it must be linked to paranormal or something, because, wow. I did not know that my doctor caught on with this here in Ontario, that I would definitely have certain tics. And they bothered me so much that I thought they were normal, and that it was just because of stress. Didn't find out that after having my stroke, I was then diagnosed with Tourette syndrome. This is my personal tics and triggers. Okay, I experienced with my own personal Tourette syndrome tics. Tourette syndrome tics came about like as a child entering my teens, and it was weird. And then once I figured out that it was actually Tourette's, I was like, this makes a lot of sense. A lot of girls, and sometimes boys, when they are kids, they don't get diagnosed right away. It's actually misled, and it's misdiagnosed as either bipolarism or something else. So, there you are. And no, I don't like doing my videos and whatnot, because as soon as I have a tic, I redo my videos until I get it right and it's not visible, because I am still bothered by it. And yes, I got an A+ on this, just so you're all aware.